Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today I'm playing with the Envy palette from Ace Beauté and the Tropicolor palette from Sydney Grace to do this beautiful eyeshadow look. It's supposed to be a halo eye. I did make one small mistake, but I think I saved it. If you want to see how I did it, don't go anywhere. And if you're new here, hey, my name is Rachel. I'm a homeschooling stay-at-home mom. I enjoy eyeshadow and I upload several videos every week. Okay guys, I'm ready to get started. On my lips I'm wearing a lip liner. This is Italia Deluxe 1042 Dusty Rose, and I pretty much filled in the lips and then I topped it with the ColourPop lip oil. Shade is Paper Pansy. For today's look, I really want to play with the Envy palette from Ace Beauté. It looks like this. And you know, my challenge with this, it's beautiful. My challenge with this is to get a bold, bright, colorful look, but keep it very controlled. I have really figured out the eyeshadow aesthetic that I like, and when I first started doing eyeshadow, you can look back at my old videos if you really want to see that. I'm not sure I recommend doing that to yourself, but my eye looks were like, you know, they were really big, really heavy, really dark. The color often came all the way up to my eyebrows. I had extremely stark lines here, just not great. And that's what you get when you start something, you know? You're just not great. And this is now 2 or 3 years of practice. I'm so happy with where my technique is landing. It's not amazing, but I'm content with it. I'm satisfied with my progress. And that means that I still want to get the bright, bold, colorful, dramatic kinds of looks, but I want to keep them very controlled. Not necessarily pared down or muted or like a quieter version. Sometimes I still want a big look, but I want it to be very specifically within my aesthetic, and I think I can achieve that now. So my challenge with this palette, because this is a big, bright, bold, heavy-duty palette, like none of these colors are very light. They're all mid to dark tone except for this shimmer right here. I am going to bring in one lighter matte, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I do have my palette pull-in project. I'm working through the Tropicolor palette from Sydney Grace. This is the next shade I have to do. It's called Lignum Vitae, and I can easily incorporate this into today's look. I'm also going to be using this shade here, Woolmers. This is the pastel blue that I'll be pulling in to work to fill out the Envy palette a little bit more. So I've already primed my eyes. I used the Glamlight Icing Primer in the shade White Frosting. Everything I'm using is linked in the description box. I would like to do a halo eye today, so I'm going to start with a smaller blending brush and go into the shade Covet in the Envy palette. I don't think I've used this shade at all. It's very, very dark, as are most of the mattes in here, and I'm just going in really lightly in my outer corner. I'm going to do this kind of direction up here, and because I have a little bit of a hood happening, I want to make sure that I have my eyes open, and I'm looking at the mirror, and I'm painting, well, yeah, painting, applying the shadow a little bit higher than my crease and on top of the hood, so that the shadow is still visible even when my eyes are looking directly ahead. This is a very dark color, so I'm going in lightly. You can always add more, but you can't take away a color like this. I mean, maybe micellar water or oil, but that's a different technique altogether. This is a beautiful color. This is like, really, really dark teal. It's not quite navy. It's got more green in it than navy does. And it's lovely. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there because it's a really dark color. And now I wanna buff it out a little bit. So going into Tropicolor, into this Woolmers shade here. I could use this one, but this one has a bit of a purple hue to it, so I'll use that one instead. Another small blending brush. This one's slightly larger. This is a Blend Bunny B4. And now I'm gonna just hit the edges of this color here and soften everything. I don't want to do a whole cap of color through the crease. I just want to mute and blend out this drastic, dramatic Covet shade. Oh, these shades work together beautifully. I have a napkin on my knee, so I'm just hitting the napkin now and then to buff and clean off my brush. I'm probably talking really quietly. I'm sorry. In the editing process, I will amp up the volume as much as I can, but my throat is sore. You know, because we've all been sick for a month, so why not? I was feeling great yesterday. I was coming off of having flu symptoms, and I was like full on dorky self. I was doing silly dances around the house. I was making weird noises. I was making faces at my kids. I was playing games. I was just being really, really dorky. So basically me. I was being myself. And it was because I was feeling so much better. Like finally wasn't feverish. And my daughters and I went for a walk. We walked about 2 miles. We didn't have the car, and I really needed us to all get outside. Like, let's just go outside, get some fresh air, exercise, move our bodies, see if we can work some of these germs out of our system. So we went for a walk to a craft store that's about half a mile away, a little more than half a mile away. And usually I'll strap the baby to myself in a Moby wrap, and then I'll put the toddler in a stroller, and we'll walk like that. But the regular stroller was in our car, which my husband had at work. And we do have a double stroller. Actually, we were blessed. 2 different people gave us double strollers. So I have a double stroller that I need to pass along to someone else. But we have a double stroller that we use. But I was thinking it might realistically be too wide to comfortably go through this craft store aisles, and I didn't want to walk all the way there and then not be able to get into the store or like through the store. So I put the baby in my Moby wrap, and then the toddler just walked. She did a great job. She held our hands every time there were cars nearby, and she just did so well. But eventually she got tired, so on the way back I ended up having her on my back and the baby on my front. Anyway, it was about a 2-mile walk altogether, and it was wonderful. It was really nice to get out. I'm sorry, look at this. Do you see? Look at this blend and these shades together. They're so pretty. I do need to bring in a smidge more darkness over here. Anyway, so we had a nice time, and it was very good for us to get out of the house. Now I have a sore throat again. I think I just need to have like garlic toast every day. Will that work? Will that kill all of the germs? I can make some fresh bread and just slather it in some butter and fresh garlic, like several cloves of fresh garlic per piece. Just have garlic toast. Maybe that will finally kill this monster bug that has infected our household. This is so beautiful. Okay, moving on. Let's get a flat brush. I would like to pick up the shade Rival in the Envy palette. It is a blue-purple duochrome. I'm going to load it up on my brush pretty significantly, and then I will spray it, just because I want it to lay down really smoothly and not have a lot of fallout everywhere. Actually, you know what? Let's just try it dry. This is dry. This is Rival dry. See, it's pretty, right? But it's not really striking, so let me spray it. Okay, that's sprayed. That's definitely better. You know, it's not giving me the contrast that I want. It's not looking like a halo eye because it's not giving me contrast. So it's already laid down. There's nothing I can do about that. I will just buff it out a bit and then top it with a brighter shade. Do you see the shift in it though? It's blue-purple. Is there another color that you see? I hope you can see any colors. Now, this is pretty. You know what? It reminds me of that purple multi-chrome in the Udensai Norns palette. Which one? What's it called? I don't remember what it's called. It reminds me of that one though. All right, so now with my finger, picking up Phantasm, and I'm just gonna tap this right on top because I just want to, there we go. I just want to brighten the area a little bit more, only in the very center because it's a halo eye, but I'm not getting the halo effect. I'm not getting the spotlight, you know? Halo eyes are sometimes called spotlight eyes. I'm not getting the spotlight because that color was too close to the mattes. But this is better. I mean, again, it's not super striking, like different colors. It's not like I were doing black and a gold shimmer in the center. It's not that kind of contrast, but it does give some shine contrast. And I think a little bit of color too. That's pretty. And now my palette pull-in is a shimmer. So Lignum Vitae, I'm picking up with a small flat brush. I'm gonna try to keep this kind of on the edge of the brush because I don't want the color to spread out too far down. I like my lower lash line to be a thinner line of color, especially if it's a darker color. So I'm loading up this brush kind of on the sides, and I will spray this definitely to keep it controlled as I apply it. I'm going to put this on the whole lower lash line. On this side, I'm still having a little irritation that I thought had gone away. Oh, this is such a beautiful jewel tone blue purple. This is kind of like a slightly more jewel toned and opaque version of the shimmer that I first laid down, whatever it was called. Sorry, it's early and I can't remember what it was called, but it's a brighter, more jewel toned version of that shimmer. Absolutely beautiful. Seriously, is this color not the stuff of dreams? Oh, it's lovely. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to do an inner corner highlight. I think I will, but I'm going to keep it, again, I'll use coconut as I always do. This is coconut from Drop of Color. I'm just going to place it right here. I don't want to blend it out too much because it's going to blend in with the blue. Plus I have blue undertones on my skin, and that's just going to end up making this whole area look like a pastel blue. Don't want that. I want it to be more white and contrasty. So I'm tapping it in place and not blending it. I'm just laying it down and leaving it there. And all I see now is that this outer corner is a bit unblended, so I'm just hitting that a little bit with whatever color is necessary to make it feel complete. Okay, there we go. So I've got kind of a deep teal into baby blue matte, and then sort of a blue purple situation in shimmers. And then the inner corner highlight really brightens things up because otherwise it could tend to be quite dark. And that is the look. I'm gonna go off camera. I will not do anything in my waterline again because of this going on. I'm just gonna wait for that to totally heal before I mess with waterline colors. But I'll be right back to show you how it looks all said and done. Now we're all done. I already told you in the beginning of the video what I used for my lips, so check down below if you've forgotten, because I already have. I did put on mascara, but again, nothing in the waterline, and that's everything for the eyes. On my face, I have some bronzer from Physicians Formula, and then this blush is from Milani. This is the shade. It looks like my label fell off, which is weird. Or it's just been that long since I used it. I don't know. I'll figure out what shade it is and I'll put it in my description box as well. That's everything. Yes, that's everything. So I think the eye look is pretty. It's very controlled. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. I don't have my color flaring out everywhere. It's not hitting my eyebrows. It's not super dramatic or deep in some places and then imbalanced in other places. I think it's nice. I like it. I do wish that I had a bit more contrast in the actual spotlight / halo effect, but because of that first shimmer I chose that was so close to the other colors, I kind of downplayed it a little bit unintentionally. But I think that the second shimmer, the first one was Rival, the second was Phantasm, the second one on top definitely brought it out a little bit more. And oh my goodness, this shimmer on the lower lash line is absolutely gorgeous. It is just this beautiful blue purple peacock jewel toned dream. It's amazing. It's almost like a liquid sapphire, just lining the lower lashes. So pretty. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have enjoyed this video. As always, I hope you have enjoyed this look. I would love to hear your comments down below. Do let me know what you think. I hope that you'll consider liking and subscribing before you go if you haven't done so already. I do upload several videos every week, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.